Hi, welcome back to October Dreams Tarot. And the reason I sound like that is because I did one just moments ago and I just wasn't feeling the message. So I'm going to take these two other decks because I'm telling you, whenever I do a reading, it is always intuitive or channeled or felt, and that is because that's just how I've been doing them. And if you're returning or if you're new here, I use tarot as a tool for therapy, or I did for years. And now I kind of just been so in tune with it that I've, reached my own intuition. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you. Thank you for being here. So I kind of meditate, or I ask my spirit guides, like, what should I have a reading for or on? And I get like hits, or I'll get messages through songs, or whatever. And I was listening to a podcast by Joe Rogan, so shout out, right, to Joe Rogan? No, seriously. And he was talking about just encouragement in general. I'm shuffling my oracle cards too down here. I'm just all over the place. But anyway, and he had said something about, because he was talking about, like, more people need encouragement for things that they want to get into. It doesn't matter what it is, because not one thing is somebody's thing, he said. So, like, other people need to be encouraging to others. Like, if you find out that you can't do it, then hey, at least you tried. Like, life needs to be something that you just try things. It's better to try than fail, and whatever. I just thought that was a really good message. And take the chance. Take the chance to see if it's something that you can do. And if you decide, if you try it and you just really decide that you don't like it, then hey, at least you tried, right? So anyway, I just want to see from Spirit. And the other message just wasn't clear. I had, like, I wish that I could, like, put little blurbs in here. I just don't have that editing ability yet, talking about chances. I haven't taken the chance on myself to get, like, a camera and all this editing stuff, because that's something I just have not done yet. So, thanks for being here. So, Spirit, Universe, Guides, I know this is the deck that you probably wanted me to choose to begin with. So, what are some encouraging advice, encouraging words, whatever you want me to say to the collective? This is my horror deck. This is, if you go back onto my shorts at all, this one has been with me, or ever since I got it, I'm telling you, has been one that spoke the most. I had said something in one of my shorts, if you watch it, and I'm telling you, I was in this very exact room, and a card was just snatched out of my hand. So I always like to use this as like my roll dog. Okay, that feels good. All right, Spirit. Let's see, what do we got for the collective? I already like it. Some transformation. The Death card, overall energy. Love the Death card. Ooh, the Knight of Cups. This card, I swear, reminds me of Sleepy Hollow, which is one of my favorite movies. So the Knight of Cups. So I always think of the Knight of Cups as not quite the King of Cups, obviously, but it's somebody who is, or, maybe offering something that is, like, not very sustainable, yet at the same time it's enough. Like, and even though, like, maybe you're in a situation right now, and this doesn't even have to be like an offer necessarily. This could just be that you are currently in a situation in life that is emotionally fulfilling and sustainable. It's just not really getting you where you want to go. Like, it's a very, like, as you can see, this horse is up on its, like, hind legs, so it's not really moving anywhere, and you're just kind of there. Like, you're like, yeah, okay, I'm happy here. All right, but it's not like, oh my gosh, you know. Or it could be that, like, you know, and take however it resonates, put it to your situation. I mean, it could be a partner, it could be, you know, a job, it could be anything that is just emotionally like, okay, I'm here, I'm emotionally fulfilled for the moment, but is it your everything? You know, is it like, again, are you taking the chances to look other, like, and I'm not even saying look at other places, you know, like in relationship in regards to that, or, you know, job or anything else, but are you really taking a chance on yourself to expand what you could be? You know what I mean? Because again, it's like, I use it as a reflection tool. So like, collective, are you taking a chance to look at yourself? And are you, like, even though you are just okay where you are you willing to step out of that comfort zone? You know? Because what is outside of that comfort zone could be everything you ever wanted. And you'll never know if you don't take that chance, because you're sitting in this Knight of Cups energy, you know? You're sitting in this Knight of Cups energy, and hell, one street over. You know, and I'm not one of those fans of like the grass is always greener. I think I'm the fan of the grass is greener where you water it analogy. But you have to, and that is very true, is in order to get to your 10 of Cups, though, you've got to be willing to take a chance on yourself, to take a chance in other things. And again, this doesn't have to be a person. It could just be with you, with yourself. So that's, I think this is what this is about today. I think that's why I had to redo this whole thing. Is, as no matter how old or young you are, hopefully you're at least, you know, well over 18, but is, maybe you haven't had the most encouraging upbringing. Maybe you've had to like literally be your own cheerleader. So you want to feel emotionally fulfilled. So to get to your wishes and desires and everything else, like, are you willing to take that chance with yourself? Because yeah, you know that you can sustain yourself anywhere you go. The Knight of Cups, it's just that you need to reach in and look within and say, okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this for me, and I'm gonna get to where I want to go, because I'm gonna take that chance for me, and everybody else around me can just, you know, reap the benefits as well. Oh, and then you got the, like I just was saying, the Magician. Oh, see? So you almost are conjuring up and manifesting and like creating. Oh, gosh, I love you, Spirit. I love the universe. You have been like putting all of these dreams, like maybe you've been making, you know, vision boards, or maybe you don't even realize that. Like people out here who have a Pinterest, like you are making like a vision board, or people who have wish lists on Amazon. Okay, like you are literally putting like a manifestation in motion, and people who don't necessarily really believe in that. And manifestation is not magic. It literally is putting your imagination into existence. Like you're gonna work towards getting those things. Like manifestation is not a whole bunch of like, oh my gosh, like literal rituals and it's just gonna poof appear. Like, no, it's literally like a lot of times it's work, and like what you think about, you're going to bring about. And the reason that you're going to bring about it is because you're going to work towards it. So I think that with the Magician here, like, you know that you have all the tools, you know that you have all the knowledge, because in the Magician card, you have the wands, you have the ability to communicate and move forward. You have the swords, you have the thought process, you have the logical thinking, you have the cups, you have heart. You have the heart to make this happen, you know, and you you can conjure up the energy, even if it's, the days seem, dull right now, but you can see that vision for yourself. Like I said, like even if it's on a Pinterest, or even if it's the channels that you like on YouTube or TikTok or whatever, like you see that vision for yourself. So it's almost like keep doing that, keep putting that more out there. And that's why people who believe in the law of attraction and who have more positive, like that, like attracts like, what you resist persists. And if you keep doing that, and I want to say I stole that from Cancer Moon Tarot, so shout out to you, Anthony. But I mean, like attracts like, I always knew that, but when he said that, what you resist persists, I was like, oh, I love that. Anyway, it's true. Like, you coming across certain things, encountering certain people, crossing certain people's paths, hearing certain things, and whether it's an algorithm or not, like what you hear is things that you were probably meant to hear for a reason, because it was meant to bring to your awareness that, it was meant to be brought up. Like all of these things, even like tarot even, is not necessarily magical. It is a reflection of something that you may need to hear within yourself. So it's all energy. We're all energy. Okay. And then we have the Knight of Wands, which in conjunct with the Knight of Swords. Oops. As I'm throwing it at me. See, almost another one. See, I'm telling you, this deck really speaks. Okay, so Anna's depicted by a mummy. So, like, you know where you're headed. Like, you almost, and this deck cracks me up, but like, think about that. Like, it's, and not to be funny, but this deck is like literal sometimes in some sense. Okay, so like a mummy, like just came out. He's half unraveled, okay, but he knows where he's headed. Like it's like, the nighttime, he's like, okay, I have to rise now. Like I know where I'm going. So with the Knight of Wands, like it's, the knights are more of the slower movers, but yet at the same token, you have a vision. It's a vision. You see it. You see it and you want it. And then you have the Three of Pentacles in reverse, though. So there's something here that you feel like you don't have the lack of community, almost. Or you're like your vibe tribe, necessarily, that may, like, help you get there. And I completely understand that it is rough trying to get, like, your thoughts down here and then express it to other people and then be on the same bandwagon or finding your vibe tribe, your soul tribe. I get that. But sometimes, you have to speak up and speak out, and then trust me, people will come in. And I think that, being very, that encouragement, like he was saying, and I'm going to say this, or I may have said it in my other video that I'm not going to post, but what Joe Rogan was saying is that, like, when you get criticism from others, a lot of times it's because it's unmet needs within themselves. I'm almost certain that's how he said it. Don't quote me, but, and that's true. Like when people, instead of encouraging other people to go out and do something, it's like sometimes they bash you and they're like, oh my gosh, do you think you should really do that? I don't know if that's a really good idea. Unless it's like your extreme loved one and it's about like spending an extreme amount of money, or, maybe they're doing it out of love and caring. Now, obviously decipher that and distinguish the difference between the two. And you'll know if they have your best interest at heart and they know you well, or you just have the naysayers. And you got to just kind of shut them down. Like, no, I'm going to do this. Like, this is where my heart lies. I know what I want to do. I know that I am well-equipped magician. I have all the tools necessary to accomplish this. I know where I'm headed. And I know where I'm headed. Like, and you do. You absolutely do. You have everything here stating it. And the universe is saying, you need to go for it. You need to go for it, regardless if you think that you don't have the backing from maybe, family, friends, or what have you. But let's see what's next. The Nine of Cups. So the Nine of Cups for me in the reverse, you know, is actually not a terrible card to have, because sometimes in the upright it can be more of an overwhelmingness feeling. So even though you feel maybe not so supported, and with the Nine of Cups being in reverse here is basically to me saying, like, you know, when you are going out to go on to this new endeavor, whatever this is for you, even though it's so wish fulfilling, you know, maybe take in account what your loved ones say that actually know the real you, but don't like and decipher it, I guess. Like I was just saying, I guess this card is basically what I was just saying. Like, if they know you well and they know that you're not just going off on some you know, what is that movie with Eat, Pray, Love, Julia Roberts? Like, as long as you're not just doing that without like having any place to stay, and you're like, you know, you're not going to be taken care of well or something, and they're like, no, maybe you should think about this before you just go off and, you know, and they really mean well, and without that encouragement, that's what the Nine of Cups is for me. Like, yeah, a Nine of Cups in the upright is like wish fulfillment, and sometimes it can be like, oh my gosh, a little overwhelming. But in the same token, like, you know, there are some people who may say things that actually are just trying to be helpful along with being encouraging. Yeah, and then here's the Judgment card. So, and the Judgment card came out in the first one that I did too. So, like, the Judgment card is going to be here, and that's actually probably you, I want to say, and you're going to be the one that puts your foot down and actually says, okay, thank you, I appreciate your input, and I will take your thoughts and concerns into consideration, but this is my life, and I have everything I need, and I am X age, and I am going to take a chance on me, and I have yet to take a chance on me. I have taken a chance on this person and that person and that person in my life, and it's time to take a chance on me. And I want to be a person that is out here, you know, helping others, and actually just like living a life that is going to fulfill me before it's too late, basically, you know? And with being very kind and considerate and everything else to others, and to this maybe loving people who, you know, that aren't just naysayers, that aren't just, you know, trying to keep you maybe in some limiting belief or something, or limiting stuck place that they just can't go, you know? Like, I'll give you a prime example. I have a sister she is 26, and she has no kids, she's not married, and she is literally like a gypsy. And I lived through her vicariously, because I was a single mom, and I had kids young, and they are adults now. However, I made my life a million times more difficult than it had to be. However, she has opportunities at times, and she lives out of state from me, but she actually just got an opportunity recently to go and travel out to like Colorado, and I absolutely like encourage her to do everything and anything, because I would love to be her age, have no children, you know, that's just me though, have no children and get to do whatever I wanted. And, you know, maybe would have had children maybe later on in my life, but, you know, that just wasn't my life. So what I'm getting at is just, you know, you're going to lay judgment down and say, no, I'm doing this for me. So even if your story was like my story, you know, and I've had a lot of different other things going on in my life, but you're going to you know, you can always start different. I mean, I'm still young enough to where I can go live, you know, my best life too, now that my kids are grown, but or getting grown. I have one left, but anyway, you know, you're gonna lay judgment down and be like, nope, it's time for me. All right, last one here. Full in reverse. Okay, so I want to say this is really good though. is because even though you're taking that chance, you are taking very good and calculated chances. So with that being just said, maybe that was a tiny bit message for me. You're taking good calculated chances because you have learned after great transformation. Okay, so again, sometimes Spirit speaks not only, as a collective message, but maybe a little bit for me too, is after a great transformation, you've realized that in the course of whatever was happening, that you now have to do some better planning. Because in the upright of the Fool, like, as you can see, like, she's running out of the woods, like, there's wolves back here, there's a little bit of blood there. I mean, this can be a very, normally they're jumping off of a cliff and not thinking about it. So in the reverse, right now I'm feeling, because sometimes, the Fool in reverse is like you're not willing to do certain things or you can't. But in this, right now, what I'm feeling is that you are going to be more discerning and more calculated, more planning in your next endeavors because of things that you had learned. So I love that for you. And I love that you'll be taking some going on new adventures. So, I was going to take an oracle and it just kind of fell. So, the biome connection. Oh, I bet you this was exactly like what I was just saying. Maybe your endeavors, and this is just maybe, endeavors, when you do encourage others, is going to bring home a new soul tribe, and you'll feel connected, and you'll be able to have that new rapport with different people, crossing paths, encouraging others, being more of a powerful speaker, helping others and crossing paths. And, I'm telling you, life is, like I said on my about me thing, is like life is a beautiful dissonance. Like it's a discord almost. Like it can be really ugly, but then really beautiful. So it's like, Anyway, I'm going to read this. Oh, I love this. Card number 44. Connection biome. Okay. The whole is greater than the sum of its parts. You are asked for synergy at present. Be aware of be aware of the needs of others. You are a part of the same whole. Consider working more closely with your community. And the word of power is conlingo. So again, I think here is the key take home here is that, working, like, you are just as much as important as everyone else's dreams and desires. So go and reach yours. Ponder that. Thanks for staying for so long, and thanks for watching. Have a good day, guys.